So what we now know is that the United States could become the center of a turf war very soon. And this has to do with some deadly gangs, one of which has come in from Venezuela just recently, but now is infiltrating themselves into many different major cities all across the United States. Now today, I want to give you some updates as to what we are currently seeing, what federal officials are warning us of, and what we could see moving forward. So, make sure you watch this entire video and I'll explain exactly what is going on. But all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoyed these daily updates. And now, let's begin. So the concern right now is for the American people, and for multiple reasons. Number one, we have a very deadly gang called Tren de Aragua. Says Tren de Aragua gang started in Venezuela's prisons and now spreads fear in the US. Not only is it spreading fear in the United States, but this is actually causing other gangs to come into the United States. There are other prison gangs and South American gangs that are trying to come into the United States to establish themselves here. This is what federal officials are telling us. And this is extremely concerning, especially when just 48 hours ago, we learned this, that the FBI arrested a Houston man for alleged ISIS ties and a terror plot in Houston. Yeah, he said he wanted to pull off a 9/11 style attack. Yeah, that's concerning. But where do we go from here? Well, here's the concern. This Venezuelan prison gang, they are making their way into the US. They're making their way into places like Denver, Colorado, which one Republican says Denver is going to become its HQ. What I can tell you is that Denver, Colorado, Chicago, Illinois, New York, right? And many other states are seeing gang members come in, start small with petty theft. We saw this in New York and Chicago, and it all happened the same way. They came in, and it was, okay, you're walking down the street, they grab your purse, they grab a shopping bag, they run the other way. Okay, they start small, then they go up, and now they're snatching cell phones. Then they're going to, burglary inside of people's homes. Then it's, drugs and selling and spreading. And then, and this gets the big one, human trafficking. I want to show you this as well. It says a former Chicago gangster blames Vice President Harris and Democrats for the turf war between local gangs and Venezuela's Tren de Aragua. Now, they say that the city is going to be up in flames very soon. But here's what we know. It's not just the local gangs in Chicago. What we are hearing from federal officials is that there are multiple gangs all throughout the United States, whether it's over in California, whether it's in Florida, it's in New York or Chicago, or somewhere in between, doesn't matter. But all these different gangs, they now have a turf war on their hands because they know they've seen what has happened in New York, what has happened in Denver, what has happened over in Chicago. They've seen exactly what's happened. And this new Venezuelan gang, this prison gang that's coming in, isn't stopping. They want to establish themselves and do it quickly. Well, this is turning deadly. Now, look at this right here. It says, dangerous Venezuelan gang is in every major city in Tennessee. It says Tren de Aragua is a gang started in Venezuelan prisons and was first spotted in Tennessee back in 2023. Here's what happened though. They were first spotted in Tennessee, then they left. Okay? They simply left the state. They were gone, nowhere to be found. Guess what? They're back. I want to play this clip for you because this is just the beginning. Okay? I'm giving you this warning not because I feel that this is a threat. The reason I'm giving you this warning is it's because federal officials, the FBI, law enforcement, local law enforcement is saying that this gang, this deadly gang, is going to spread throughout all major cities in the US very soon. As soon as they get more people to join, which is easy to do because all they have to do is go out, find homeless people, find homeless that are willing to do a little bit of work, put in a little bit of effort, and break the law. They'll pull them in. They'll give them a place to live, give them food, give them money, give them beer or whatever drug they want. In exchange, just do what we tell you to do. Now listen to this.
They are actively working in Tennessee. They are in our 4 major cities, Nashville, Memphis, Knoxville, and Chattanooga, and they are running human trafficking operations right now. We first noticed them about 2 years ago during a trafficking operation in Middle Tennessee. And we thought after we had captured a few of them, we knew some of them had fled. We thought that they would move out of Tennessee, but they have moved back. And we are aware now, after some meetings this past month, we're aware that they are moving into different operations. They go from human trafficking to organized retail crime theft. And then they move into the drug trade, taking on the cartels in a very violent, bloody battles that they've had. And they also have zero respect for policing. They have attacked law enforcement officers throughout our nation.
So there you go. Said they start in, very small, okay, retail, crime, retail theft, and they go to human trafficking and drug trade. But here's the concern. This was originally, it was mainly in New York City. These gang members would come in, they went to New York City. New York City was their hub. Then they bounced over to Chicago and a little bit in between. Then they found themselves, well, let's go to places like Denver. Let's go to San Diego. Okay, let's go to some major cities in California. Even they were trying to start in Miami and over in that area. According to experts, they say that once they start in these places, once they build, and again, just this right here in Tennessee, this is troubling. They're in Memphis, Nashville, Knoxville, even Chattanooga. Okay, 4 major cities in Tennessee. What they're doing is they're building. They go to places where there's a lot of immigrants that come in that are starting from the bottom. And they promise them the world. They promise them a home. They promise them a job, a career, a family. That's what they're promising them. And again, as we get more people that come into the United States that don't have a place to go, don't have a job or an income that they can rely on, don't have food that they can eat, right? Water that they can drink, friends that they can just hang out with. If you don't have any of those things, it makes it very easy to associate yourself with the wrong group, the wrong crowd. That's what law enforcement is saying. That's what the FBI has been saying for many months, for years actually. As soon as we knew Tren de Aragua arrived in the United States, they were saying that this had to be pretty much eradicated immediately. If not, it would spread to every major city in the United States, and soon we would see turf wars in every single city. This means Seattle, Washington. This means Portland, Oregon. Okay, Boise, Idaho. Okay, it doesn't matter what city you're in. They'll make their way into every major city, according to the FBI. Now, what do we do? Where do we go from here? Well, I can tell you, just be prepared. Watch your back. Don't go out by yourself at night. Okay? If you're a child, again, be careful. Don't let children go out and just play at night, okay, in the middle of the street. Make sure that they're coming home every single night. Okay? Now, here's the other thing. The way that the Trump administration plans to end this is by a mass deportation event. According to reports, they anticipate 99%, if not a little bit higher, at least 99% of the illegal activity that is happening here in the United States, because the people that have come into the U.S., it's happening because of the illegal immigrants, not the people that came in legally. Okay? So yes, There's still about 1% of the people that have come into the U.S. legally that are conducting illegal activities. But they say about 99% of those that have come in, okay, those that are illegal immigrants are the ones that are doing the bad stuff. So if we get rid of all the illegal immigrants, then we should get rid of the majority of the additional crime, additional theft, money laundering, trafficking, drug distribution, all that stuff. So we'll see what happens, but that is what we know as of today. So again, as soon as I have more information for you, I promise I will bring you all the latest news and updates. But that is what we know as of today. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.